Hey, what's up guys, I'm Praetorian and welcome back to Crusader Kings III and the Royal Court expansion. Alright, so I know I said last episode that we were going to go ahead and get the tradition in this one as soon as we had the prestige. However, I did go through all these. I picked several of the ones that I think would be good for us. And what we're going to do is I'm going to go over those at the end of this episode to give you guys an opportunity to provide some suggestions on which you think would be the best options for us. And I did find quite a few that I liked, particularly in the realm and warfare sections here, a couple in the social as well. So we'll look at those at the end of the episode. Now, I do know that these take a long time to get, 30 years for us to get one. And so you really want to get it started as soon as possible. But I feel like if we wait, 3-4 years, whatever we get through in this episode, which we are going to go to war in this episode, so it might go a little bit slower. But I feel like it's worth giving everybody an opportunity to provide some suggestions. And of course, some of those we don't even have the prestige for yet. We still need, 5,000 here, which once we go to war, if we call in allies, that's going to spend some of it. So we might get to 5,000 by the end. And most of these are 5,000. Some of the ones I like are 7,000. So I don't even know if we'd be able to wait for those ones. We'd have to take that into consideration. I don't know if we would live long enough to get there. Maybe. It's really impossible to say just how long our king will live. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and open up today's episode by doing something I was supposed to do last episode but forgot to do, which is to give the necklace to our son, increasing his attraction opinion, making it more likely that he'll have some children, give us some grandchildren. Now, one of the things I think is interesting is that they're a little bit less likely to accept artifacts that are useless to them. So basically the artifacts that you'd need to put in your court, if they don't have a court because they're not at least a king, then they find the item to be less useful. And so that probably explains, as we thought it might have, why that relative of ours early in the campaign gave us Excalibur, because he didn't have a court to put it in. So I think what he did is just look for a closest relative of the court and then gave it to that relative, which was us. So I think that's why we got that. But let's go ahead and give him the necklace. I'll accept that and increase attraction opinion. Now, in regards to our other sons and what we're going to do with them. So Casimir, he's got this marriage here going, and I suspect she very well die. But if we were to break off the betrothal, then we're going to get a lot of negatives. We're going to decrease our opinion with him. You can see he already doesn't like us. We'd also lose opinion with our son. We'd spend prestige, which, we're wanting to spend that prestige on something else. So we don't want to lose that. And be much less likely that he would be willing to accept the marriage for one of his other daughters. So we're not going to do that. We're not going to break all the betrothal. If she dies, she dies. If she doesn't, she doesn't. You never know what could end up happening here. He could end up marrying her and having a child with her before she dies. So, if they have a son in this marriage, then you pretty much get what you're trying to get out of it anyways, is somebody inheriting this title from your dynasty. So we'll just see what happens, guys. But for now, we'll leave them betrothed. We also could give him land, but we're going to wait to do that until we have some more titles to give him. I'm not too worried about it because I think we will end up going with Mieszko for our next king. Based on the comments, it does seem the majority of people prefer Mieszko as the next ruler that we play as. With our other kids, so Lambert, we're still trying to give him to the church. Very unlikely he'll accept it right now, but again, maybe it'll change once he gets his education done, which he should have done soon. We have Daniel over here, and he's actually more likely to go to the church. When we use the hook, he's at 20%. And part of the negative he's getting here is because of the bossy childhood trait. So once he loses that, when he becomes an adult, he might be willing to accept. And a big part of this is that he's virtuous from having that forgiving trait, I guess. And so that's really helping out quite a bit. So maybe we can get Daniel into the church. That's a possibility. And then, of course, we have our youngest, which he might not even live. We'll just have to see what exactly happens to him. As of right now, he's not set to inherit anything because we don't have enough titles for him. So we will be declaring war on Prussia in this episode. We're going to wait till we get a bit of a war chest before we do. And maybe wait till winter's over, too. Yeah, we might wait till we get through winter as well. Because we increased our devotion, I think that might be why we can ask the church for money here, or maybe it just had been long enough, although that seems like an interesting coincidence if that is the case. So I think probably has something to do with the devotion there. So yeah, we will be asking for that 313 gold from the Pope. And so that'll be our war chest. Not sure what else we'll do with it yet. Maybe get rid of some stress, perhaps? Since we're not going to war just yet. We are also going to finally be doing that assassination in this episode. So we're just going to let it play, get through the winter, and then we'll declare war on the Prussians. And Lambert, again, got a bonus to his education because of our wife. Wow, she has really been helping out on that with this particular son here, which is really good since he was likely to get a worse education with the slow trait. So we'll see what happens there. That inspiration has been finished up, and it is a famed regalia. All right, that is excellent. Yeah, that worked out very well for us. So that's going to give us increased piety per month, increased prestige. We're going to get increased opinion with our spouse and our vassals, and we'll get more vassal tax, 2%. So it's a little bit extra money there. So that's really helpful. But we'll go and read this. It says, "Over here, my lord, my beneficiary Henry waves me over with a wide grin. I have toiled many days and nights, and finally my work is done. He presents me with an object wrapped in cloth, and as I lift the fabric, my eyes grow wide. A beautiful regalia set of masterful craftsmanship. It consists of a gold scepter set with pieces of garnet, a fustian cloak that has been embroidered with gold thread, and a gold cross-bearing orb." Wow. All right, so it's a famed one. That's pretty darn good. I think that might be the highest level. Maybe I'm wrong, but it's pretty good. So that'll get us more money. We're up to 9.2 now per month. As far as like what we can do with this money here, it looks like one of our hooks is going to expire. That's over here. I'm not entirely sure we got the hook on her. There's nothing for us to really do to here outside of inviting her to court, which I don't think we'll be doing. Yeah, she has a okay intrigue, but that's it. I mean, it's a pretty decent intrigue, but yeah, I don't see us utilizing her. Now, I did want to see if we want to go ahead and maybe host a feast or do another hunt. I guess if we're wanting prestige and we're trying to get rid of stress, this is the best way to go. We now reduce stress a lot more because we already had the diligent, brave, and generous, but now we also have athletic. So this is just a fantastic way to reduce stress. Yeah, so let's go ahead and do it. It's going to be 133 gold. I think that's a good use of our gold to get rid of all that stress and get a bit more prestige. Maybe. We'll see what happens in the event. This is one of those rumor ones. The noise from the others has faded away by the time vassal Count Wishada, I don't know if that's how you pronounce that, and I stalk up on the stag. We are almost within striking distance when he whispers to me, "Now that we're finally by ourselves, there's something I have to tell you to let you know about." Oh, he wants to talk smack about our wife? I guess I want to know what her secret is. Now, she's had 3 of our children. So let's find out what the secret is. I'm just automatically assuming that she cheated on us, but let's see what happens. Maybe it's nothing as bad as that. Yeah, we'll see what it is. Oh, this is the assassination event. All right, we're there. All right, so Havel is preparing a special trip for the young prince. The child trusts he will be brought on an enjoyable day in the forest. All right, so we're going to see if we can't get him lost here. It's a 95% chance of success, 95% chance of secrecy. We've been working on this forever. If we get this done, then we're in a very good place for inheriting this kingdom. A mangled corpse. So the prince is dead. The search went long into the night before it was called off and reconvened at dawn. It was only then that the body was found bloodied, mangled, and torn after an attack by some vicious, hungry beast. At least I hope it was a beast doing. Thankfully, everyone agrees it is a terrible tragedy, and my involvement and the existence of any scheme remains unknown. So we did gain stress. It's a good thing we reduced that stress because we would have had a breakdown because we were at 61 before. So we assassinated him. She has now inherited his title, which was over here. So she's inherited his title now. So she's ruling in her own right as a countess. And she now is set to inherit all of his titles. Well, not all of them, obviously. He does have 2 other daughters, and they'll inherit some counties. And it looks like there is another kingdom here that will get created, the Kingdom of Rus. So that's not good. So she'll only get the Kingdom of Ruthenia. Somebody had mentioned that another kingdom would be created here. So that's unfortunate. We won't get all of this. Oh, we should get a good chunk of it. If we just look at what the Kingdom of Ruthenia is, that's here. And here's the White Rus. So that would be the one that the sister would get. We could always arrange a marriage for the sister as well with one of our sons. Now, it still results in us losing the land, though. So I guess this is the issue here. So we'll see what happens here, guys. But I kind of would want to close that up now. Because yeah, now you have a big gap in between our territory here. At least it would have connected here if we had gotten this territory. It would have connected a little bit. Still got this problem that you got to deal with. But that could have been something we would have dealt with later. Yeah, we might have to like conquer them or something. Right now we're still currently allied to them. As long as our children are set to be married. Let's see what will happen there, guys. Alright, so return in the wild. The hunt is over. And we got 150 prestige. So now we're above 5,000. Alright, excellent. So we'll have all those options available to us. So we're going to wait until the winter's over here, guys. Because it's already horrible supply in this area. Court grandeur has increased. Alright, so the snows are dissipating. That hook has expired. And our queen has increased her intrigue. So we now know her secret. She's a cannibal. That's her secret. So we didn't get an event about it. Or maybe I just missed it or clicked through it or something. But that's the secret. That our wife is a cannibal. She eats people. Okay. I mean, it could be worse. I mean, that's pretty bad. Yeah, I think we would just want to keep that a secret. We're not even going to let her know we know. She hasn't tried to eat us yet. But that's interesting. Here's the other inspiration event that has been going. This is, of course, the one we've seen a few events for, the adventure one. Whispers of a Beast. Remember last event she got mauled by a lion, or a group of lions or something like that. I receive a missive from my adventurer who has been drifting through floodplains on a raft. My lord, we have been hunted on our travels by a creature so fearsome I almost loathe to write of it. The crocodile can grow up to 50 steps long and is a monster which has swallowed one of our mules whole. It is a slender beast with a body in the shape of an arrow, bearing a beak at the helm and a rattling tail at the rear. The spikes and bumps covering it are poisonous to the touch. Alright, so some interesting misinformation about the crocodile here. We can say, we shall impress visitors with the tapestry of this monster, in which case we'll get the crocodile tapestry artifact for 110 gold. Or we say, Ode is too terrible. And her inspiration might be slightly better, but it'll increase our stress. Yeah, I don't want to do that. We'll just spend the money and get the tapestry. Will we get that immediately? I assume that we did. So let's go and take a look at our court and put that in place. So maybe, so we have our dynasty one up over here. Can we not put one on this side? Oh, we already have something over there. We have the sturdy chest over there. And I think that's the best place for the sturdy chest. I suppose we could just put it here. Although he won't let you put anything right there. Right here's the crocodile one. That increases your dread gain. Sure, why not? And it probably looks pretty cool, I assume. Yeah, that's really nice. I like it. So we've improved the look of our court. Didn't improve our court grandeur at all. Just the dread gain. Which we don't really gain dread very often. We're only at 30 right now because of the natural dread. And I forgot we were about to go to war. My bad. Alright, well, we have another inspiration. She's a master. It's an artisan one. Yeah, I feel like we had the money for this. Oh, it's expensive. Never mind. Maybe we'll take a look at it later. Because we are going to do this war here. I've been wanting to do this for some time. There's no better time than now. So let's go ahead and do it. We're going to be declaring war. Holy war for the duchy. And he actually has a lot more troops. I imagine these are allies. A lot more troops than I was expecting. So basically, he's got all his allies up here that are going to support him. So that's a lot of troops. So we're probably going to need to call in allies of our own. While we will outnumber them with just our own troops, it'd just be easier. I mean, it would cost prestige, of course. Maybe we'll just call him one ally. Yeah, maybe we'll just call one in. I don't think we'll need both of them. Maybe the one we've helped out in their wars and keep their throne, make them help us out a little bit. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that, guys. So let's go and declare war, holy war for the duchy, and then we will call in one ally. Just see here, he wouldn't have accepted it anyways, probably because of his low opinion. Yeah, but he wouldn't have been a choice anyways. We do have our daughter-in-law. Yeah, we don't need her troops. She probably doesn't have very many anyways. Just 226. So yeah, we'll just bring him into the conflict. Again, that'll cost us some prestige, but that's okay. So let's go ahead and get all of our troops raised up. I was thinking that this would be a small war that we could save money on, but clearly that is not the case. This war is going to be larger than I was expecting. Alright, so we'll have him assisting us. Alright, so we got our troops all together. Let's go and get them split up. Remember, this area does not have good supply. But I know how we're going to break this up. So we are going to have one siege army for the capital, which is going to be fairly numerous because we can put a lot of troops there. Maybe put a little bit more. Yeah, just like 2,500 or so. We have like a small number. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so we'll have that army, and then we'll also split off an additional siege army for right here. Can't really fit a whole lot there. So let's take, 1,000 something or whatever. That's probably too much because, yeah, they still haven't even fully reinforced there. So maybe like that much. Yeah, it looks pretty good. That leaves us 5,000 here, which is still probably too numerous for most areas. So we'll just separate like 1,000 here. And then have them kind of follow around or whatever. I suppose that's almost enough. I'm trying to get down to just a slightly smaller number here. Yeah, that looks pretty solid. Alright, so we'll be commanding this army, of course. And then we'll have a good siege commander in charge here, which we do actually have somebody now. Got this count. He's going to be going up to the capital. And then this army here, is that the one we set to go? No, this is the one we set to go over there. We'll see if we have any more siege commanders. Even if they're cruddy, it doesn't matter. We do. Actually have another count here. So he'll be going over here. And then this 1,000 here. We just put our best commander in charge here, which would be our marshal. So he'll go over here. And then this guy, our king, he's now in charge, and he can get up to 300 supplies because of that perk. So we're going to try and collect some supplies up. Although maybe we should go chase down this army first. Yeah, let's go and chase these guys down. See what they're doing here. See if we can't catch them. And he did pull in his allies, unsurprisingly. And we'll see if we can't, like, catch him somewhere. We might even be able to, yeah, I think we should be able to get him. It's going to be across a river, but we'll vastly outnumber him. It's not really an issue. So we'll get him attacked and destroyed. And, maybe we'll capture somebody important. As far as these sieges go, we'll get this one done in 11 months. Oh, okay. That's a little bit larger than this one here. That'll be done in 6 months. They also have the siege weapons to help them out in that one. Alright, so this should result in us wiping out his troops. Also, we have swayed the Duke here. Alright, awesome. So, one thing I noticed with him, I haven't pointed this out yet, but he has collected all the counties here. He didn't have those before. He's got all the counties now. And then on top of that, he has extended his territory. We never gave him that one. He went to war to get that one. So yeah, this Duke has become incredibly powerful, and we don't have him in our court. He does not have a position. And he's a fairly powerful Duke here. So we're increasing opinion with him. We could let it go one more time. I don't know that we have good odds for it, though. Yeah, only 36%, so we'll just cancel it. And then I think the next person we should work on, because I believe everybody in our council likes us. Yeah, everybody likes us here. So I think the next person we should work on is this guy here, our ally who clearly does not like us. Let's go ahead and sway him. Only a 51% chance of success. It's not likely to succeed there. Good God, just trying to get rid of that thing. Alright, so this battle should be done here, but we got an inspiration event. Again, a change in direction. I have a feeling this will be a bad one just looking at everybody's faces here. A traveler claiming to be employed under my beneficiary is brought before me carrying a message from the adventurer. Fear not, my great lord, for she is in good health. I bring you the news of possibility to fund an even greater adventure. You see, she took a wrong turn somewhere and is now near Tripoli. So, her traveling companion unfurls a dirty map to show me where they ended up. She has enough funds to make it to Northern Africa as planned, but suggests that with some additional funding she can chase up a local rumor and bring home a great artifact. I mean, she's already in North Africa. And Tripoli's in North Africa. Okay, so this is not the Tripoli I was thinking of. I was thinking of Tripoli in Libya. But this is not that Tripoli. It is over here. Okay, I see. So she's in the Holy Land, essentially, over there in Syria, around that area. So she's still pretty far away. I'm not entirely sure how she got over there. That's kind of confusing. Coming from Poland, I mean, I assume he went by sea rather than by land, in which case, I'm not sure how you got over here. I feel like we're just like funding her vacation here. So which one do we want to do? Because if this is absurd, I'm not going to fund their self-indulgent outing, which is kind of what I feel is going on here. Where you say life is an adventure, explore that area for artifacts. It does increase the chance we're going to higher quality. We've already invested very heavily in this. I feel like we got to do it. Let's do it. Maybe we'll get a really good artifact from this. Maybe it'll all be worth it. So the battle was over. We only lost 53 dudes while they lost almost 1,800 men. Increase of war score 9%. Got more fame. Got more devotion. Just taking a look here at how our knights did. Remember, both of our sons are fighting as knights. Okay. That went very, very well for us. Essentially completely wiped out that army. Could chase down this one, but I think it's unnecessary. I don't think he has anything to fight until his allies get down here. So we're going to use this opportunity to get our supplies up. I don't think we could have stayed here. You know what? We can actually stay right there, maybe. Oh, I was looking at that wrong. We can't stay there, so we'll have to go over here. Yeah, there's just not enough supply anywhere here. It looks like our youngest son, who we named after ourselves, Bolesław, has died. It's not surprising he was a sickly child, but still absolutely devastating. We're going to gain 40 stress. It's quite sad, guys. He wasn't set to inherit anything either, so it doesn't really affect the inheritance. It affects it in a sense for what would have happened once we had one of our sons go to the church, I suppose. Because then he would have gotten whatever titles, would have got passed down the line there. This guy does not have enough supply in this area? Apparently not. Okay, I did not realize that. Let's go and move him over somewhere where he will get supply then. We're at 9% on the war score from that battle. And he has less than 1,000 men now. Another event here. This time bandits on the road. Okay, so for 10 days and 10 nights, me and my party have been hiding. The bandit lord Kerboga has sent a blockade on the road we must travel. What do you advise? Caution, or should we fight them, trusting God to keep us safe? Alright, she is in quite a predicament. So they say keep laying low, they'll move on eventually. This is an intrigue challenge with a 0% chance that it's going to go well for her because she doesn't have high intrigue apparently. She doesn't really have high stats on anything except for learning, which is just average. So if all these are challenges, she's not going to do well in any of them. But yeah, this is a 0% chance that she could steal his gold. That would have been really good, but yeah, that's not going to happen. It's a 62% chance that she's going to be brutally mauled again. So probably don't want to go with that one. We say no guts, no glory, make them pay for wasting my time. In which case, it's going to be a 20% chance she's killed, 50% chance that she's brutally mauled. So basically just horrible odds here because of her low prowess. With only 29% chance of a slightly okay outcome with a 0% chance of the best outcome. So honestly, this is pretty bad no matter what. I mean, if you look at it, 62% chance of that bad outcome is better than the 70% chance of the bad outcome here. So probably better to go with this one, the intrigue challenge, because I'm not paying any more gold here. So we're going to do this one, and we'll see what happens. Oh, and it worked out. The adventurers gained some progress. Okay. So not bad. That could have been much, much worse. Where are our allies' troops? They're heading on up here. With the sieges, you can see he's leaving, probably to go connect with those other troops there. The sieges are progressing with 2 months left and 6 months here, and his army has just arrived. We also have a Liberty faction that was just created against us. Let's go ahead and get our troops in here to assist. Alright, so that would be the best way, going that way. I assume he's going to attack. No, I'm not entirely sure which way he'll attack. Could Could go either way. He gets the forest bonus going here. We'll just have to wait and see. So what we want to do is have this guy here in this province so he can help out in either one of them. Hopefully we'll get there in time. Our allies won't be here yet, I don't think. And we'll see what they do, but let's have this guy go here so he can help out in either one of those two conflicts. And I'm going to attempt to go connect with them if we can. Go battle them over here. We'll see if we can make that happen. Now we got to hope that we capture one of the heirs here, try and get this war done a little bit sooner. Siege is almost done. Alright, so we're going to send the entire army over here. See if we can't attack these guys in the plains. I assume they're going to take off, yeah, the moment we start moving over there. At least we'll drive them away, though. Siege is won. We got 19 gold, and we did capture some prisoners. His granddaughter. Okay, so that means we have not gotten any war score from prisoners, but it does mean that you want to keep the granddaughter, because what might end up happening is, let's just say he dies somehow in this war, like in battle or something. He dies and then his son takes over. Well, now you got his heir. So we'll keep her for now in our dungeon. So where do we want to attack next? Probably right here. Yeah, we'll go after that one next. We also have one over here that we can go after. I suppose we'll go that one next. And just send this whole army over this way. Yeah, that's what we'll do. And I assume they're not going to want to fight us here. Now, they can get married. And again, as I said before, we'll have them get married with the hope that they're able to have a child before she dies. I mean, maybe she doesn't die. Maybe she lives a really long time. She actually reduced her disease symptoms here. So yeah, she's feeling fine. Okay, so, you know, not the most healthiest of women for our son Casimir here. But yeah, we're going to let them get married. Keep our word here. And we'll just see what happens over there. So what's over here? Is this just the ransom? Yeah, that's just the ransom, I think. Alright, so let's go and take this army, and we're going to take some attrition going through here. 199 casualties. Well, that's fine. I'm not too worried about it. We'll see if we can't hit them. We can't. So we're going to leave him here to do the siege. We'll get rid of that guy. Oops, that was the wrong button there. We want to get rid of him. And I guess we'll run over here. We'll see if we can catch him. Yeah, we might be able to. It's not impossible. Now, we want to make sure that he's the one who gets there first. You know, our king, rather than this other guy. I assume that they won't go over there. This would be a more equal battle. In fact, they would actually outnumber us here without the 2,300. Again, it says it's a potential win, but that's not including that other army there. I don't see why we'd take the river penalty and the forest penalty if we could avoid it. Can we get them to attack us here? Well, they would get there first. Okay, so we're going to have them go this way. We don't have to win this through battle because we've got the sieges going here. So I'm going to see if I can't get them. I mean, they're not going to attack me there. I mean, maybe. Yeah, they would be willing to attack us there, so we need to get them locked before we have this other army assist. And we would still probably win even without pulling this siege off. You know, it's 5,000 against 7,800. Might as well go ahead and pull the troops off, though, because they're already locked, so they can't, you know, get out of it. And let's try and wipe out as many of them as possible. Yeah, so they'll be attacking us in a forest and across a river. I think they're seeing the numbers or something for why they're actually doing that. I'm a little surprised. So this is our attempt to sway the king over here, our cousin. Does he have unshakable faith in God? He's very zealous. Yeah, we'll do that one. Alright, so this will be a nice big battle over here. Our allies are coming to assist. Let me make sure that our king is the one in charge here. Yeah, he is. Okay, I just want to make sure he was the one that got there first. And we were able to increase his opinion by 10. Excellent. So you can see that they definitely have way more troops than we do. I think it still was very much going to go with us, though, because of the advantage bonus. Lambert just came of age, and our queen had helped him improve his abilities here, and that's why he actually got astute intellectual. He's also a comfort eater. Well, that's interesting. So he was actually pretty decent. So let's see if we can get him to take the vows now. No. He has the learning education, which is a plus 50. So nice bonus there. But there's just too many penalties here. And a big part of this, I think, is the cynical. So he's just not willing to go, and there's no way for us to force this. So he would be the one we'd probably disinherit. And we can do that now, just in case we die or whatever. This would be 300 of our prestige and 150 of our renown. We don't have enough renown to disinherit anybody else. But yeah, I assume we would disinherit him out of everybody. He didn't want to go the way we wanted him to go. It's unfortunate. Okay, let's go and disinherit him. And I think this should result in... it might result in him getting an additional county. But maybe not. Somebody else might get that county instead. Yeah, he'll get both of those counties. So it doesn't give us any more territory. We still have to get Daniel going somewhere. So our prestige has been reduced a lot now. We don't have the 5,000 to get some of those 5,000 prestige traditions, unfortunately. About to finish that siege up. Hopefully with this battle done and then the siege, you get both of them done, that might be enough to get us there. Yeah, this was a close one. We got the assistance from our allies here, but that was really close. We were able to capture a valuable hostage, and thus we have won the war. But we're going to go and let the siege finish up so we can get the money from it, because it's almost done here in just 2 days. Let's take a look, see what happened in the battle. We lost 1,023. He lost 3,443, so yeah, it's not too bad. Not as bad as it was looking there. 150 total kills here. Wow. So he did fantastic. Remember, this is our new knight. Might want to give him some territory. What culture is he? He's Russian. He killed this character here. 145 kills for him. Well, actually, we don't know that he killed that character, actually. We got to look at the events. But yeah, 145 kills for the Count. Our son, 108. Other son, Casimir, 78. Yeah, they just did fantastic here. So let's take a look at the events. So it was actually this Count who killed... No, this Count who killed this guy. He killed him. Looks like Mieszko was wounded again. He's continually getting wounded. He's 30 years old and he still doesn't have any children. That's concerning. I mean, he's still got plenty of time, obviously, but they've only been married for 2 years, so not that long. But yeah, I wonder if his son, or excuse me, if his brother is going to have kids before him. I guess we'll find out. All right, so that's what's happened on the events. And we're just going to wait for this siege to finish up. We only got 3 gold from it, but whatever. And then we're going to go ahead and enforce our demands. All right, beautiful. So we can work towards farming a hybrid culture with the Prussians now. Now, there's one thing I wanted to bring up with this, I guess we can look at it through here, is the fact that as the Polish, we are staunch traditionalists. And therefore, it is actually more difficult to create the hybrid culture. Creating a hybrid culture requires 100% more cultural acceptance. It is also much harder to hybridize with this culture. So this is really not the best culture for creating hybrids here. But yeah, you can do that. You can form a hybrid culture here if we so desired. I haven't even looked at this apparently because this is the tutorial. So we'd have to get culture acceptance up to 80 to be able to do that. I mean, it's a possibility. So, I mean, we could do that. But I don't think we will, though. Yeah, I don't think we'll be doing the hybrid culture with the Prussians. Alright, so we've got all these titles here that we need to give up. And I kind of want to give them to one of our sons here. Now, you can see that Mieszko's not really set to get very many titles here. Good grief. It's sometimes, like, really difficult to get over here. So I'm interested to see what titles he'll get. I guess we'd have to look at it this way to really be able to see all the the counties he's slated. So right now he's set to get these ones here. So if you just give up those to one of your other sons, although again, if Daniel, we might be able to instead have Daniel go to the church. It's a possibility that he would accept this. Now he's not willing to, because he's third in line for the primary title. So that has further reduced it. All right, so maybe we should have waited. Yeah, we should have waited before I disinherit Lambert. All right, so that's unfortunate that I did it that way, because now it's made it less likely that Daniel's willing to go to the church here. Well, we'll see what happens here. Remember, the bossy trait is affecting it. So if we can get rid of that, I mean, it'll be a 20% chance, I think. So I don't know that that's going to be enough. I guess it really depends on what other traits he gets here. We'll just have to wait and see how the rest of his education goes. Well, let's go and disband our army here. And we're going to need to get rid of those titles. We still have titles to give to our other son as well. I almost want to go ahead and give Casimir these titles and see what happens. But what we need to do is give him a duchy with that. Maybe the best way to do it is get the Duchy of Prussia created, 212 gold here, and then give him that duchy. But that might not be enough either, because you could end up having where he gets 2 duchies or he gets a duchy or whatever. Yeah, but I kind of want to give him this territory over here. So we do have a bit of time to go before we have to deal with this. So we'll wait. What is about a year here? So we'll wait to see if we can't collect some money here. This will be our goal, is trying to collect money. I don't know how we're going to possibly get enough, though. Yeah, because we need 212 more gold to get this done. So yeah, I do not see that happening anytime soon. We did get a martial perk available. Let's go ahead and get that selected. We will do... I think we might do the Parthian tactics next. Actually, let's do organized march. We do have low control over here. That's okay. We could start increasing control there, I suppose. But we already know we're not going to keep any of that. So we'll let whoever gets it deal with the territory here. Again, we'll deal with it in a year from now. So we have our gout treatment again. We'll just keep doing the same one, and it's continued working out well for us. Despite our physician trying to kill everybody in our court, he's actually a pretty decent physician. All right, so again, I don't know how we're gonna get enough gold for this. We need a lot more. We're not gonna get that by January of next year. Maybe we'll have an event or something that will happen. I'm not sure. We'll just have to wait and see. We are 57 years old, still feeling fine. And yeah, it's unfortunate what happened with Daniel here. Yeah, I wish he was doing the learning education. They've all gotten the diplomatic trait there. Excellent. Daniel has returned, and we were successful in swaying the king. We're going to do it one more time, because he really dislikes us. So keep it going. And at this point, we're just kind of waiting for our children to have children. Hoping they get their wives pregnant. Oh, look at that. She recovered. She fully recovered. She's not sick anymore. Okay, so that worked out well for old Casimir. But, unfortunately, our horse, Tencender, is sick. I feel like we're not going to be able to keep the horse anymore. What benefits are we getting from our war horse? We are getting the prowess and the prestige. I guess the prestige is really helpful. Yeah, I think we're just going to have to... We just can't... It's just too expensive. Wait, and the horse, she pulls through. Alright, she trusts us less, though. A creeping suspicion. Alright, so we're suspecting that something odd about our marshal, but I cannot quite put my finger on it. Perhaps it's just my imagination running amok. Nevertheless, that ominous feeling is keeping me up at night. So you can say my dependable friend must investigate, which again, he's our spy master. Great to be friends with your spy master. 96% chance of success. We can instead, straight up approach him and talk to him. We have a very good opinion with him as well. Or you say I'm being paranoid. Yeah, we'll have him investigate. Let's see what's going on here. You'd think he wouldn't be operating against us. And he's uncovered irrefutable proof of the Count's guilt. Okay, he has intimate relations with some guest. Okay. That's okay. I don't really care about that. I suppose we actually could use that against him, though. So we will. Okay, let's go ahead and blackmail him. He's got enough opinion to... It'll be fine. So yeah, we'll go ahead and blackmail him so that we can maybe make adjustment to his contract. And is this the last trait for Daniel? Looks like it is. It's the stubborn trait. Okay. I think that makes him less likely to take the vows. Maybe not. It's still probably -5, yeah. Doesn't affect it. So we can have him keep that, or we can have him go with the chase trait. That would put us into the critical here. I wonder if there's any way, oops, for us to get rid of some stress, like right now. No, we can't work off stress, not until January 23rd, unfortunately. Can't call a hunt. We'll just have to go critical in order to give him the chase trait, which would be really good to get him to go to the church. I would think that would increase the likeliness. Maybe not, but let's do it, guys. So we're overwhelmed with stress, thus we've had a mental break, and it's the resentment one. Why must I always do everything myself? How can I be expected to rule over Poland when half of my servants are incapable of following orders and the other half does not even understand them? So we can do this one here. Why must you all be incompetent idiots? And we'll gain the trait irritable, lose a bit of stress. We can instead go the route of drunkard, or we can just say I must endure. I feel like being wrathful, it kind of fits for us to be irritable as well. Now this has penalties here. Well, also has some bonuses. Our diplomacy is going to decrease. Our martial will decrease. Our prowess will go up. Stress loss will go up. Dread gain will go up. Attraction opinion will go down. And unlocks the release your anger interaction. Could also become a drunkard as well. That does have a tiny penalty for health. Reduces your stewardship and your prowess. I think we're going to do this one though. Alright, so we're now irritable. I'm also getting a hook on this character. Alright, excellent. So let's go ahead and interact with him first. And we're going to... Let me see if there's anything else we want to do with that first. I think we're going to modify his feudal contract, though. I don't see anything else we'd want to do with him. So let's go ahead, because he only has the one county here. So yeah, let's go ahead and modify his feudal contract. Levies might be slightly more useful for us, in a sense, because you're getting a lot more levies than you are on the taxes. But I mean, levies aren't that great. They really don't help you much, and really you're just paying a whole bunch of money for them. So I think what we're going to do is go ahead and go with the money. I know it's not much. 0.1 per month is, you know, it's practically nothing. But yeah, I think we're going to do that way. Go with this route here and use that hook. And we'll get slightly more money. It's not a lot. It's not going to help us that much. We're almost into January, and then we'll have to look at these titles here. Obviously, we can't see if Daniel will go to the court yet. We can see if he's slightly, to the church. We can see if he's more likely. He is. He's now at a 65% chance. So much more likely. So I feel like we should still wait for him to get rid of that bossy trait. Because, you know, we're not going to die. We're feeling fine. So we can wait for this. But I think we should be able to get Daniel into the church. Which that means is we might want to wait to give out those titles. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that would impact him at all. Like if he was set to get like a duchy instead of just counties. Yeah, I don't know if that would impact him all. Like if I was to create a duchy over here. Because I think he would get one duchy and Casimir would get the other one. And so that might make him more likely if I create the duchy before we put him into the church. 65% chance is not bad. But if he refuses, then I don't know that we can ask him again. So, yeah, we really don't. We don't want to risk it. When we know he gets rid of the bossy. Yeah, I almost think we might have him wait. Now, I'm wondering if the martial trait makes it at all like a negative. Is that considered a negative at all? I can't say. On him joining the church, that's something to consider as well. Alright, so I think we're going to end it here in December 1st. I didn't realize we have the hold a court decision as well, so we need to do that. So we'll do that in the beginning of the next episode. Unfortunately, this one is over, but it went pretty well. We gained Prussia, the rest of Prussia here. The assassination worked out, and so now if these two can just have a kid, then that child would be set to inherit both Poland and Ruthenia. So another option that we could do is take out the two sisters to stop them from getting the counties, get more territory to them. I suppose we could try and assassinate them. I mean, we're already working on an assassination right now. Or we're going to be, which is in 1101, the boy over here. So what we probably want to do is get him collecting secrets here. Remember, we want to do it where the boy is actually at. And we'll be able to attempt to murder him here in 1101. So this is to release your anger. You can challenge anyone to duel inflicting stress if you win. So can we just like bully somebody in our court? And just grab this guy here? I don't know. I mean, he's around the same age as us. So could we just release our anger on him? No, we need higher stress to be able to do it. How high does the stress have to be able to do it? Because, I mean, we're at 96. I mean, that's not a low amount of stress. You can do the lash out at any time. You don't know what's going to happen with that, though. That could be pretty negative. So probably just want to wait until this one comes available here next month. Yeah, January. So just wait till that one comes available. But yeah, we'll hold the court at the beginning of the next episode. What we're going to do in this one is we're going to go ahead and take a look at the different traditions that we can get. So the first is Hereditary Hierarchy. This would only be 2,000 prestige, so we could take this immediately, given it does take 30 years for us to establish it. So this results in rulers with poor education traits are going to be distrusted. I mean, it's already bad enough having these education traits. What's it matter if they're even worse? You really just don't want to have those. The tyranny loss will be reduced, so you're gonna, if you get tyranny, it's gonna go down much slower, but I typically try and avoid tyranny. But you get a better long reign bonus, castle holding construction is reduced, and then you get a 10% feudal vassal tax contribution, so it gets us more money. Just a nice one to get. That's not too bad for 2,000 prestige here. I kind of like it better than the astute diplomats. I just think it'd be a little bit more useful for us. So that'd be a nice cheap one for us to get. A 5,000 prestige one would be legalistic. This would be a law cost penalty from realm size reduction. Just trait is more common and has more bonuses. Vassal acceptance of rightful criminal punishments is up. And then all Polish characters, they'll get a monthly prestige reduction for every bit of dread they have. And they'll get more tyranny, which you notice will have a much higher vassal limit, and title creation would be cheaper. So that'd be really nice. A 30% reduction to title creation would be fantastic. But they have some good bonuses here for the penalties. You know, the penalties aren't that bad. Another good one here that's cheap is Marital Ceremonies. This will increase the bonus of the spouse counselor task, so we'll get more skills from our spouse. That'd be really helpful to have. Marriage acceptance goes up by +10. That's nice. You can't use the divorce interactions, and the adulterer and fornicator traits are despised. And then hostile scheme success chance versus spouses is -50%. How often do you do that against your spouse? And in fact, that would only help if you end up marrying Polish women, although I guess you typically end up marrying foreign women. But if you married a Polish woman, she wouldn't be able to act against you as well. So yeah, I think that this one would be a pretty good one for cheap. So the next one, Monastic Communities here, makes the temperate trait more common and have additional benefits. The monk trait has additional bonuses. But most importantly, this is the real reason why you'd want to get this, is that characters of this culture are more likely to accept taking the vows, especially your underage children. So this makes it so much easier for us to, get our children into the church, our sons specifically, rather than having to use our renown to disinherit them. So I think that could be incredibly useful later on. And there's one more here that I think would be pretty good. This one here would result in the pastoral line of buildings, which we do have in our capital. I was going to look at it, but it'll get more bonuses, essentially. So that'd be really nice to have. Plus, all Polish characters have 1+ prowess and a little bit of disease resistance. So, nice little bonus, 4,000 prestige. So I think that'd be useful to have. I don't know if it's worth the prestige cost, but I don't know, it kind of fits with us being Poland as well. We got a lot of plains territory. You can build those pastures on plains and hills. Can't do it on forests or mountains. So it would fit in most of our counties. So those are the ones for Realm. I think there's 4 or 5 of those that we just went through. Now looking at the warfare, first would be horse breeders. This would be really expensive though, so I don't think we're going to have time to do it. But this would reduce the maintenance costs for all the horse units, the cav units, and also reduce the recruitment costs. So it could save us a lot of money, especially on heavy cav. They can be really expensive. So that could save us quite a bit of money for our troops, but it is very expensive. But that would be one option. Another would be only the strong. Knights must have at least 12 prowess. The Blade Master traits have additional bonuses. The martial education traits also grant prowess. So essentially, you wouldn't have any low-level knights at all. If you don't have knights that have at least prowess, they're not even going to fight for you. But the ones that have the martial education will likely have higher prowess, so you'll have more and better knights. Or maybe less knights, but better knights. Men-at-Arms recruitment cost goes up, so that's one real negative here. But you will have more knights, 2 more knights, and increased knight effectiveness, and your levy size will go down as well. So there's a lot of negatives here for this one. It'd be 4,000 prestige, but that's an option. And the next one is Warriors by Merit. Most restrictions on who can be a knight are lifted for characters with 10 or more prowess. So this actually makes it easier for people to be knights. The knights gain the Blade Master traits quicker. That'd be awesome. And then you get increased prowess per your level of fame. So that'd be another really nice bonus. And there's no negatives here. It's also 7,000 prestige though, so I guess that's the negative. But that'd be an option too. I don't know if we're going to get the 7,000 prestige, guys. So we might have to just eliminate the ones that cost 7,000. Just because they're pretty expensive. There's 2 here in social that I was looking at. This one's only 2,000, so we can get it now. Expert artisans. Characters of this culture produce higher quality artifacts when completing an artisan inspiration or a weaver inspiration. Now I don't know how much this benefits us because those many of those characters we have, they might not be of our culture. It would help anybody who has some Polish people who have an inspiration in their court, but it does help if we do have any. And then most importantly, you have this Polish counties. All Polish counties get building construction costs, negative 10%. That's pretty good. Buildings are expensive. You can save a lot of money with this over time, and it's cheap. So that would be an interesting option. It's cheap to do and just a nice flat bonus. I mean, there's no real penalties for that one. So that would be one option. You also have loyal subjects. Vassals of this culture do not consider different fate or culture when joining factions. Vassals of this culture will often learn the language of their liege. Learn language success chance versus liege is plus 50%. The opinion of the liege is plus 10. And all Polish counties have plus 5 popular opinion. So this would just make it easier to rule. Much easier. But it's 7,000 prestige. And that's pretty much all. There's some other good ones. Many of these aren't available to us. There's some other good ones as well, but those are the main ones I was looking at. So those are the options. Let me know down in the comments below which one you think we should get. Remember to consider the prestige cost. If it's 5,000, we can definitely get to it. If it's 7,000, that's unlikely. It's unlikely that we can get to it. And then also, it's going to take 30 years to get it, so keep that in mind as well, that it's not going to provide us any benefits anytime soon. It's going to be a while before we get those benefits. So I hope you guys did enjoy today's episode. If you did, make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell, and leave a comment. I do hope to see you on the next episode, which remember, we're on this new schedule. We're going to be doing 3 videos per week. So that's going to be on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. So the next video will be on Thursday. So I'll see you then, and thanks for watching.